We are wanting to share. We are wanting to expand Tracy's horizons, if you will. Tracy receives collective consciousness. Tracy is a medium in which she is receiving what she perceives as all good things from the heavens above, from the heavens above. She wants to share a space that ones can come and receive, if you will, a message just like this one, but in person. So we are looking at creating, expanding ones that could come in person to receive the message, sort of like this video, but in person. And it would be very small, intimate groups, but these this sharing, this video, is to allow space for ones to see what is being offered. What is being offered? So ones would have an idea before they come and to see it live, if you will. And so the whole thing frightens Tracy very much because she does not truly enjoy the spotlight, not at all. She has a private office that ones come on their own. She will place a video, but she is truly not so comfortable being the center of attention, being in the spotlight. But she is wanting to share a message, and she is wanting ones to have the experience that ones could come with friends or family. Ones could come just to hear a grand message. So what are the topics? What are the topics? So we don't want to call it a seminar, and we don't want to call it a workshop. We want to call it a sharing. A sharing of what? Sharing timeless wisdom from the heavens. Sharing timeless wisdom from the heavens. Tracy receives the gifts, if you will, past loved ones in this stream of energy, in these extraordinary gifts. Tracy can deliver messages from past loved ones, sort of attaching to this stream. Think of it as many angels, eternal light beings. Ones think of it as divine, but we want to be careful with our wording. So truly, Tracy is the medium in which the message is delivered. So here we are. And here we are in space in Tracy's home. And Nigel the cat has decided to act up. He is running around because he knows that he is to be quiet. So here we are. So what is the topics? What are we going to be speaking about? And truly, the topics are going to be anything from what someone is asking. Ones would be able to ask questions, and we would kindly answer, if you will, lovingly answer. We are wanting a space to share, loved ones coming in to deliver messages. But truly what we are wanting is just to create a space for ones to feel better than perhaps one is feeling. So, an example. Here we are. Tracy does not know what's going to take place. She is receiving the words the same time you are receiving the words, and it is like that at all times, and it would be like that when she is sitting in front of a group of people. She is receiving the same time with no pre-notion of what the topics are, what the subject is, but she knows it's all about the pureness of love, and she knows it's all about allowing space for ones to feel better, removing the burdens from one's shoulders, perhaps releasing anxiety, just feeling better. Ones are grieving, just to feel better. And if ones feel absolutely tremendous, the sharing is still profound. The sharing is still of great wisdom. Ones do not have to be, we want to say, suffering to enjoy what is being shared. Ones can be truly feeling the free of any suffering in the moment and enjoy it, So here we are. So one deep breath for Tracy. And we will give an example. So the first topic we want to share, and again, it's not just the topics, but we're just giving an example of what would take place if ones did choose to come in person. So we would sit quietly and we would share. So we are going to share about the subject of compassion. Compassion. Ones are rolling their eyes, but I want it really good stuff. And we want to say compassion is the good stuff. Once ones understand that each soul comes forth from the heavens above, if you will. We're not getting nitpicky, but when ones come forth, eternal light is held within. Light is held within. Love is held within. Compassion, forgiveness, kindness, all held within to be extended. All Tracy's work, all the sharing through Tracy is on the topics of love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, feeling better than perhaps one is feeling, and most importantly, and it's not most, but truly if one starts here, love for oneself. Love for oneself begins the peacefulness within oneself, begins the peacefulness on the planet. Sounds big, it is big, but it comes from within. When one can find compassion towards themselves, when ones can find forgiveness towards themselves, when ones can find love towards themselves, the whole world changes. And these are the topics that we want to share. The whole world changes. The whole world changes. And it is a sense of release. It is a sense of relief. It is a sense of relief. Love oneself. Compassion towards oneself. So we know that it might not entice you to walk through the door, but isn't it fascinating why it would not? Why it would not? Because one's truly forget who one is. Where were you before you arrived upon Mother Earth? Where were you? And where will you be after you depart, Grandmother Earth? Where will you be? Who will you be? And most would agree it is divine eternal light. Most would agree that divine eternal light is in the pureness of love. It is who one truly is. Most would agree that divine eternal light lives within because you came forth with it and you are departing with it, so it is who you truly are. So in your beautiful body temple holds this eternal light of who you are. But you come to Mother Earth and you have experiences, you have ones entering your pathway, and all the experiences are being created. And we have shared before that in life experience, the upsets, the challenges, the sorrow, the unkind words, the unkind upbringing, if you will, or the kind upbringing, it all is layers upon your beautiful eternal light. So the layers tend to cover your joy, the layers tend to cover your feeling of worthiness, your layers tend to cover the love that you naturally are. So this would be the topics. These would be the topics. And ones will say, but how do I love myself after what I have created? What after what I have done? What after what people have said about me? I'm not very loved. And we want to say, no, it is not. It is not the truth. Ones that extend unkind words, do you think that they would have deep compassion? Do you think they would have deep compassion for oneself? Because once ones discover the love held within, only love is extended. Now we understand there are circumstances and places, events, other people, rascals coming into your world to present to you something that is unwanted. But in the unwanting, it is your reaction to the action that creates the space. How do you feel? How do you feel about the other that has said unkind words? Well, most would say, well, I was not deserving. Most would say, I was not deserving. They had no right. And then we want to say, most would say, oh, they're probably right. I am, fill in the blank. And so many are trying to please so many. So many are trying to please so many, wanting the validation from the other, wanting to be noticed in the spotlight in which one wants to be noticed and the other rejecting. If each soul understood who they are in the purest form of love, in the purest form of compassion, forgiveness, and kindness, would an unkind word ever be said? Do you think there's unkind words in the heavens? It's absurd to think about, is it not? So the eternal light that we speak about, that is who you truly are, held in your beautiful body temple, is who you are. Before you arrive, after you depart, it is who you are. It is up to you to, we don't want to use the word believe, but it is up to you if that resonates with you or not. We are not here to convince anyone of any one thing. Our sharing is a sharing of wisdom that would allow one to feel better in the understanding of why ones do what ones do. Why do ones do what ones do? We would cover that topic. And again, it would be hard for us to share. We are wanting to share, but it is difficult for us to share what it would be exactly in person, because it would be geared to, it would be shared with the ones in the room that we really have a distraction here. Nigel the cat has decided to eat his crunchy food in his stainless steel bowl, so it is making noise. Tracy wants to stop the video, but we are going to wrap it up quickly. Every gathering, I want to say session, but it's not a session. Every sharing, every gathering is going to create a space for the ones that are there in person to have the conversation towards, not towards them, directed at them, but what is on their mind, what they are experiencing, what they are feeling, if you will, and not singling anyone out, not at all, not at all. The conversation would always be put in place knowing the hearts of the other in the room who would attend, would truly dictate the conversation and the topic, if you will. And of course it would also dictate the beautiful loved ones that are wanting to come and share the love as well. So we are going to wrap it up so Nigel can have his snack and continue running around, and then Tracy's going to get up, close the door, place him out, close the door, and we're going to do segment 2. There are only 2 segments in this little video series. Really good. There is great love for you.